Hi, this is Kelly. Welcome to my channel. Happy June-O-Ween. I have two Gothic Halloween DIYs for you today. DIY number 1, Gravebound Relic. Now this little skeleton, I'd cut his head off and used it for something, so I decided I'm going to take his torso and cut his bottom half off. Then where I cut him off, I'm going to just take my Dremel and smooth and round the edges a little bit. I don't want them jagged and rough looking. And then the little arms, you loosen my dog's over here sneezing. You loosen the screws and pop the arms out. And just tighten them back down. Every time I go to do a voice, one of the dogs is doing something there. And I'm going to paint this entire thing with black chalk paint. Now, it would probably be quicker to spray paint it, but I thought maybe it would, maybe it won't. Because once you get all around inside it and everything, you're going to have to do it so many times that I just painted it by hand. I enjoy painting, so I just sit there and watch TV and paint something. I don't care. So now that that's dry, we're going to work on our tombstone here. Now, I got this thrifting, and it had some decorations on it, and I used it for something before, and so I just took it apart and painted it black, but I'm going to paint it with this gray. This is castle gray, and then I'm going to dry brush some black along the edges. And I do the black, and I also dry brush some vintage, which is a bluish gray, and it kind of covers up most of the black, but I don't think I really wasted my time doing the black. I kind of gave it a darker background, but anyway, you'll see in a minute. So yeah, here I've got this. This is called Vintage. It is a Deco Art Americana. I get it from Amazon. And I'm going to dry brush that. Like I said, it kind of covers up a lot of the black, but it still shows through a little bit. But it gives it a nice look. It actually looks like a tombstone. And then I'm going to take this Black Flash Metallic, and we're going to go over this entire thing. And we're not going to completely cover it up, but we're going to put a heavy, not really a dry brush, a little heavier than a dry brush. Give it a little bling here. And of course we're going to attach it to the front of our tombstone here. I've got that clip under it so it lays flat so I can see what I'm doing. And for something like this, you might want a more permanent glue. I just use the hot glue. It's not like it has any weight to it, so it should hold pretty well. But the entire spine does not lay flat, so I figured the top of it would lay a little better. And then where it kind of sticks up on the bottom, you're not going to notice that once I put a little moss in there. So we're going to stuff some inside the rib cage here. And I didn't glue that. I was with Spanish moss. I try not to glue it if I don't have to, because once it gets full of dust or something, you know, it gets a spider web in it or something, you can't really clean it, but you can replace it. So now I've got these little foam roses. And I've painted these with black currant chalk paint. I also get that from Amazon. That's a folk art color. And just some hot glue, and I'm going to glue a few of these roses around here. Those two were already attached to each other that I glued at the bottom, and they fit right in there nicely. And then this little rosebud, God, I can't talk today. Then a little rosebud on the top and a little rosebud on the bottom. They say odd numbers look better when you cluster things together. It seems to be true. I don't know why, but it just seems to work better. So there's 3 at the bottom and 1 at the top. I'm going to tuck a little bit more Spanish moss underneath the roses. Coming out from behind there. So pretty. And I've got this little pentacle here. I bought these little packs of charms, witchy charms from Amazon, and I use a little bit of that is Gorilla Glue, but it's the same thing as E6000, and that one is complete. DIY number 2, the ancient skull. Now I got this skull at the thrift store, and the light even still worked. So, but it's got like a crackle effect on it. I'm sorry I don't really show it better, but I was kind of off screen when I was recording. Sorry about that, but you see what I'm doing here. This is water-based, just caulk, and it's just a an all-purpose, you know, and it's paintable. You want it to be paintable if you're going to use caulk for something like this. And I'm basically just taking this little tool. I got this little pack of tools from Dollar Tree. They've come in pretty handy. And I'm just going to spread this around. And I try to find a good stopping point, like right on the edge of the cheekbone there, because it, you know, you don't want a messy edge if you can help it. And this stuff dries fairly quickly. You know, I recommend letting it dry overnight just to be safe. Like, you can do half of it, let it dry, and then finish the rest later. And you see what it looks like. And as you're spreading it, add some little swirls, you know, give it some nice texture. It really comes out pretty cool. It photographs and records it very nicely with my phone. And I've got a smaller tool here, and I'm just spreading it. And I'm not doing it really thick. I just want to cover up where all those crackles are. And the face actually comes out with smaller details because I'm spreading it in a smaller area with a smaller tool. And up on top of the head there, it's little, you know, the swirls are a little larger. But yeah, this turned out pretty cool. I'm always looking for ways to bring in new textures to things. And these little tubes of caulk, you can get them, you know, you don't want to get the one where you need the gun and all that. These are just tubes I get from the dollar store. I've gotten them from Dollar General and Dollar Tree both. Family Dollar also. See, it's already starting to dry pretty nicely for me. But I let it dry for a couple hours to where it's, you know, you can handle it without messing it up. And I'm just going to continue on here. And we're just going to keep spreading and swirling. That's pretty much all we're doing. And just try, you know, try not to do it too thick, because I want to keep, this skull has some really nice details, and I want to keep those. So there we have that. So now once it's all dry, I'm taking some black, and I'm going around inside the eyes and the nasal cavity and around the base of the teeth. And it turns out, you know, a little too stark, the black against the, this is a, this color is called Primitive. It's a very light gray. And it's just too much of a stark difference of the black. So we're going to do a little black wash on it anyway. And you'll see what I do with the teeth. Just, you know, didn't quite look right. So anyway, I'm going back over the actual teeth so they stand out. But even once I do this, the black is just too, see how it's just kind of cartoony looking. But we're going to fix that. So once we get everything painted, and like I said, I had the black in all the crevices. Now I am doing a heavy dry brush with the gray over top the black, just to kind of soften it, you know. It was just too dark. Like I said, it looks kind of like a cartoon. Now I'm doing around the teeth, and you'll see it turns out it looks a whole lot better once I'm done. But yeah, that was just too big of a difference between the black and the light gray. So now this is just a little water in my palette here. And I'm just going to add some black chalk paint to the water. And oh, you want to seal that chalk paint before you do a wash, or you'll just wash the paint off of it, especially with this caulk underneath it. I just sprayed it with a matte, flat matte clear coating. And we're going to take this diluted paint here and just start putting it on and wiping it off, basically. And you want to let it sit in the areas that you want darker a little longer, and kind of when you dab it, you know, dab it off and leave it down in the crevices, and just keep gnawing it, make sure it's not running and dripping everywhere. See, that's starting to run. And the trouble with doing this sometimes is if the colors don't, if you have to mix more paint with water and it's not exactly the same, you might end up with a line that'll look a little different. So you just got to kind of keep adding here and there and blending and, you know, wipe it off fairly quickly. And it depends. Again, you kind of have to play with it a little bit. And then I'm getting this down in the, see, in the crevices. I want it to be a little darker than the rest, and around the, you know, the edge. So, and just keep dabbing and adding and dabbing until you get the color you want. And then once I start doing the, I'm doing around some of the eyes here, but yeah, the black inside the eyes and the nose were fine, but around the teeth, it just looked silly. I was like, no. So, but you still got that darker base underneath, which helps out once, you know. And of course, it's going to be a lot darker with this wash on it. And it won't be such a big difference, but it turns out really cool once I get that wash over the mouth. And we're just going to come around and, you know, I like, same as with the caulk. You want to try to do a section where there's a spot, especially when you're on the face, where you're not going to end up with a line in the paint. And I just keep going over it and over it until I get what I want. Oh, it's dripping. Now we're going to go over the teeth. This really brings it to life. This turns out really, it kind of looks real. Actually, it's pretty neat. But yeah, I was impressed with the details on this skull, and I paid $2 for it in the thrift store. I'm walking in there, I'm like, oh yeah, that's me. Look at the mouth. Doesn't that look cool? Yeah, it's really coming around. And you can do a lighter what. It was a little darker than I wanted it, to tell you the truth, especially up on the top. But what we're going to do now is we're going to take that light gray again, and we're just going to dry brush and pick up all the peaks in the details there, all the peaks in the caulking, and brighten it up just a little bit. Oh, it's really starting to look like something. I just love how it's just sitting in my living room. I was going to make like a base for it, but it's got that light that still works in it, and the switch is on the bottom, so I didn't want to glue it to anything. But you know, you could set it on something. As long as you can, you know, lift it up, turn it on and off. But you know, you don't even have to use a light if you don't want. And then this is that black flash metallic, and we're just going to do a very light touch of that on the entire thing. Gotta have a tiny bit of bling, you just do. Yeah. Anyway, very happy with this one. So this is more of a makeover than a DIY, I suppose, but thrift flip, whatever you want to call it. And this one is done. Well, I look forward to bringing you some more June-O-Ween. All the month of June, every week, I will have June-O-Ween. And it, well, it's pretty much going to be Halloween from here on out. You know me. Here's my little tombstone. I love how that little thing turned out. And my skull. Look how this thing photographs. It's pretty cool. Looks like something from some ancient tomb or something. It turned out really cool. Thank you again for being here with me today. I sure hope you enjoyed this video. And I hope you'll come back next Tuesday. We're going to have some witchy stuff and some cute stuff and some Gothic stuff. And don't forget to like and share and all the things. Bye.